Jewelry design is one of the oldest forms of storytelling. So in the Mystery Box Challenge, MJSA presents a story to 3 jewelry designers and invites them to interpret that story through the medium of jewelry design. Here is the story the jewelry designers were presented. As a child, Sarah Williams always had an acute sense of fairness and justice. Growing up, she enjoyed many of the same interests as her friends: swimming, reading, playing dress-up, going horseback riding, or visiting the local mall near her home in New York's Westchester County, where she especially liked to look at the jewelry store displays. But whether it was making sure her fellow kindergartners all got the balloon animal of their choosing at her 6th birthday party, or, years later, that the 2 sisters she babysat were each allocated the same number of cookies after dinner, Sarah was always concerned with treating people equally. That's why it didn't come as a surprise to her parents, Mel and Linda, when she announced, after only 1 year at Columbia University, that she intended to go to law school. She followed through on that intention, enrolling in Yale Law School 3 years later. Although she initially had visions of focusing on criminal law to prepare for a career as a public defender, and perhaps one day as a judge. After taking a course on human rights during her 2nd year, she knew she had found her calling. After graduating, Sarah accepted a position with a Washington, D.C.-based non-governmental organization that worked to end human rights abuses in African countries. She had long had an interest in Africa and the various cultures throughout the continent, and she was thrilled to be working as an advocate for its people. Between work and studying for the bar exam, she didn't have a lot of free time, but she used what little she had to explore her new home and pursue her other interests, spending part of her weekends immersing herself in the Smithsonian museums and exploring the area waterways in her kayak. Mel and Linda couldn't have been prouder of her. Confident that Sarah would pass the bar exam on her first try, they wanted to get her a special gift to honor her big achievement. Sarah had always loved jewelry as a child, and Linda thought that having something made for her would be perfect, especially as she was launching her career. Linda contacted a family friend who was a gemstone dealer about creating a piece of jewelry to mark the occasion. Given Sarah's concern over the treatment of people in the developing world, Linda wanted to incorporate a selection of gemstones that were responsibly sourced. While perusing her friend's collection, Linda fell in love with a collection of fair trade stones, including a fancy princess-cut sapphire and an emerald-cut citrine with an elephant intaglio. She knew that Sarah would be happy that the stones were sourced in a responsible manner that didn't infringe on the well-being and livelihood of the individuals mining them. Your mission is to create a special piece of jewelry for Sarah with some or all of the responsibly sourced stones Linda has selected, along with any other responsibly sourced and conflict-free materials you see fit.
Alright, hi, my name is Kyle Sharos, and I've been selected to do the INSTORE and MJSA Mystery Box Challenge. And I'm going to open the box and we'll see what they have in store for me. Got a nice, fancy, shiny box here. And a letter. Let's see what's going on. Oh boy. Like some type of wood. A cocobolo wood. Pretty interesting. There's some gemstones. It looks like a blue topaz, a citron, and maybe even an alexandrite. And a sheet of sterling silver. So we'll see what I can make with all this. Let's see what else they have for me. right, well, I'm very excited to see what I can design for the Mystery Box Challenge, and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Alright, so here's a test polish of the Coco Bolo. The shiny side is from the stone cutting wheels and the rouge polish, and the little more matte finish side is just the cutting stone wheels. I definitely think I prefer the shiny side, so that is what we'll do when we end up getting our polished Coco Bolo pieces.
Okay, you guys have a good weekend.